Hi and welcome to pmplounge.com. This is Lounge Fever, wherein we tackle your burning questions. Question for the day: who approves changes? Now, we have discussed change management and the integrated change control process and all that good stuff. But a question this simple and this legit and this important is something that needs to be answered in a separate video, and that is why we are here today. Although we've answered this question earlier, and I'll link to the playlist for change management. All the videos that we have done on change management will be in that playlist. So if you want to learn more on change management, do go over into the description and kind of revise yourself and get abreast with what change management is. So, as you can see in the picture, there are so many people in the office, right? Who exactly approves changes? Let's get started. Let's try to understand who exactly is the person responsible for approving changes. And the correct answer is Change Control Board, which is also known as CCB. So, what is Change Control Board? Change Control Board is basically a group of people, and this group is most likely the key stakeholders of the project and the sponsor of the project. So, there is a group of people, and the group comprises of the project key project stakeholders and the sponsors, and they are known as the CCB, the Change Control Board, and they are responsible for approving changes. So what do? They analyze the benefits of a change and decide if it's worth the additional cost or time, right? So any change will most likely result in addition of cost and time. And there could be, the reverse could also be true. There could be certain changes which reduces cost or time, right? So even those changes need to be analyzed by the CCB and need to be approved by the CCB. So there is not a single person in the office who does the heavyweight, the heavy lifting of approving changes of all the projects, right? There is a CCB, a change control board, and they are responsible for approving every single change on the project. And we are not done yet, right? So, what if you do not have a CCB? What if there is no change control board in your office, in your organization? You don't see a CCB. There is no CCB meeting, nothing. Then who does the work? Who approves changes in a situation, in a scenario where a CCB is not there? So, is that possible, first of all, right? If you come to me and tell me that I do not have a project charter, well, you, sir, are wrong, because as defined by the PMBOK, as defined by the guidelines from PMBOK, right, the PMBOK guide, every project must have a project charter. So if you do not have a project charter, you're not following the project management body of knowledge, right? You're not following it. You are doing some different sort of project management. And if that even exists, right? So yep, maybe you're following prince 2, right? Prince 2 concepts, right? So for when it comes to project charter, right, and you come to me and tell me that your project does not have a project charter, I have two assumptions here. Number one, either you're not following PMBOK, you're following maybe Prince 2 or something like that, or you are not aware of the fact that if you're following PMBOK, if you're following the project management body of knowledge, you must have a project charter, and project cannot be kicked off if you do not have a project charter. So when you say you do not have a CCB, is that a must when it comes to when it comes to PMBOK concepts? Is it a must from PMBOK guidelines that you should have a CCB? Well, not. The answer is no. There is no such requirement in PMBOK guide that mandates having a CCB, and some organizations might not have it. So there you have it, right? So project charter is a mandatory requirement. CCB is not a mandatory requirement. Now comes another important question. So In my organization or in my department, we do not have a CCB. Who approves changes now? So there will definitely be a different process, right? Because change is the name of the game. Change is the only constant. Each project must receive changes as if, it's not a bad omen. I'm just saying that all projects do, go through changes. So there has to be a certain process in your organization on how you are going to deal with changes. There could be meetings, right? There are meetings that I personally have experience of, wherein there is, change meetings. These key stakeholders, sponsor, higher management, they join that meeting and everybody presents the changes that they have on their projects, and those changes get approved or rejected in that meeting. So they do not have a CCB per se, but there could be certain meetings, right? There are certain web applications that that organizations use, right? So you log your changes in that application. The required stakeholders, the sponsor, they have a look at that changes in the application, and they approve or reject in the changes in the applications, right? So there could be different ways of handling changes, but whatever, if your organization doesn't have a CCB, whatever the process is of managing change, it should be a part of your change management plan. And if there is no process, if you are the first project manager in a startup organization, there is no process for changes. You, my friend, are a PMP certified project manager. You should be the one taking the initiative and creating a change management process, because it is absolutely important to have change management process in the organization. It is absolutely important to have a change management process in place when you are doing your project. And that is all that we had in this video. Hope you liked it. You can always comment your question and we'll definitely try to make a video on it. We are active on Quora as well and try to answer a lot of questions there. We try to answer a lot of questions in our comments as well, on the video comments. And you can always reach us out on our social media, facebook.com/pmp lounge and twitter.com/pmp lounge. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and check out the website pmplounge.com, your number one free resource for PMP certification and project management industry information. Thank you.